Am I on? Yep. Recording. Good afternoon, fellow Rotarians and guests, and welcome to the Rotary Club of Gainesville meeting at the Cade Museum. Please remember to silence your cell phones, and if you're joining us or watching us on YouTube, please register your participation by sending an email to info@rotarygainesville.org. And now for our song and pledge, the band is back. We have Lori Vidal, Brendan Shortley, and on the piano, Gordon Hubble.
When have you known Lori to be shy? Come on, Lori, get up here. And Tom Collette is going to be our third stooge of the three stooges. Where's he at? He said he was going to the bathroom and coming back. I think that was on purpose so he could get out of this. All right. Come on, man. I'm not doing this by myself. In our attempt to break the microphone and the sound system, we're going to sing God Bless America. Gordon, you ready? God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home. Good job. You're the man. Good job. Thank you. Okay, let's not sing the pledge. Let's just do it, shall we? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
That was awesome. Thank you, guys. And now for our invocation, Lori Vidal.
I kind of make some comment, but I'm not sure what it would be. So how about if I just pray, okay? Let's pray. Our Father, who is in heaven, may we feel today a sense of inspiration from the time we spend together, from the impact of this hour, such that we are individually encouraged to our calling of service above self. Through our conversations here and the content of this meeting, so influence our walks of life that we are motivated to be a blessing in the life of those we contact in our spheres of influence. This is why we meet, and we humbly and expectantly pray with thanksgiving in your creative name. Amen.
Thank you, Lori. You may be seated. If you're a guest or visiting Rotarian, please remain standing to be introduced. Do we have someone to take the microphone around?
Hello, Rotarians. I would like to introduce you. Hello, Rotarians. I'd like to introduce you to Trevor Wise. He's the managing director at the Hippodrome.
Very nice. Maybe he can hire us as a trio for some performance.
Thank you, Rotarians. I'm Richard Allen, and our guests today are Derek Haywood and Christina Espinosa from the Boston area, Brandeis University for Christina. I believe Derek is an engineer, retired, and both retired, and Christina in sustainable development worldwide. Thank you.
Hello, fellow Rotarians. Patrick Dodds, and I'd like to introduce y'all Latasha Mays Brim, or Tasha. She is our new Director of Community Engagement at the Food Bank, and comes to us, having done some really amazing work with Grace Marketplace, Community Spring. She was a board member of Grace Grows, and most recently with the Brown Center for Leadership and Service at the University of Florida. So excited to have her on the team and introduce you to all you folks.
Thank you.
Welcome to all.
Thank you, Tom. And now moving on to announcements. With our first announcement, please welcome Guy Joplin to the podium.
Good afternoon, everybody. I know most of you were here for a great presentation we had a couple weeks ago with our Rotary Youth Exchange. Their time, our inbound 2 students are coming to an end. They'll be heading out the beginning of June, but that means that it's time to start preparing for next year's inbound. So I've been involved with the Rotary Youth Exchange this year, and we're going to have at least 2 in Gainesville again next year. And so we're looking for host families and potential host families. My wife and I and our 2 kids hosted Jackie Lee this year for 4 months, and it's been an amazing experience. So I can share that experience with other potential host families. So if you know of anybody that could possibly be interested in hosting, what we did learn this year is that it's always good to have backups. And so the more that we can find, the better. And then also, as we prepare for next year, I want to start getting everybody ready. We really want to enhance their experience next year. And so what that means is if you're doing anything that's fun or want to share any experiences with these inbounds, they're always looking for fun things to do. And so as we get into next year, we'll be looking for those opportunities as well. And there'll be more to come as we learn about the students that we'll be getting at the start of the fall. So thank you very much, and let me know if you need any have any ideas. Thanks.
Thank you, Guy. Next up, Patrick Dodds.
My hype man. Hey, everybody. Patrick Dodds with Bread of the Mighty Food Bank. I'm going to steal the mic for an additional second or two because I want to give kudos to some of our fellow Rotarians. If you saw the news yesterday, you saw that we had an opportunity to partner with the mayor and some of the downtown churches and a fellow Rotarian, Brendan Shortley, to help identify ways to feed the most vulnerable people in our community. And I just want to give kudos to him because, again, this is service above self, and I think that's such a great example of that, putting those words into action. And then today, the food bank is actually doing a distribution in the city of Archer, which could not have happened without the partnership of Cox Communications. And I'm sitting at the table there with Maureen, so I wanted to give kudos to them as well, because they made that happen, and they're going to be able to provide food to hundreds of families in the city of Archer. So thank you so much for partnering. But really why I'm here today is to talk to you all about this, which I placed on your table. April 25th, the food bank is going to be hosting a block party in our neighborhood, the Grove Street neighborhood. We've partnered with the 22 businesses located in and around Grove Street so we can celebrate the neighborhood, the local businesses, and benefit the food bank. We're going to be opening the doors of the food bank like Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. We want people to get in there. We want them to see what we do. So we'll be giving food bank tours. We'll have a silent auction. There'll be live music. There'll be food trucks. So I want you all to put this on your calendar and hope to see you all on the 25th at the food bank. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you, Patrick. And now, without further ado, please help me welcome our president, Linda Reinhardt, to the podium.
All right, a couple more announcements. First of all, just want to remind everybody, we do still have some of the sponsorships available for the RLI. If you're interested in going to that, we will pay for a couple of additional members to attend that on April 20th. Just let us know if you are interested in that. Also wanted to let you know we are once again sponsoring one of the sponsors for the Girl Scouts this year, and we'll be we have a table at their luncheon, which is coming up on April 18th. We do have a couple of seats left for Rotarians. If you are interested in attending that and representing our club, along with myself and a couple of others, please let me know. and we want to make sure that we fill that table to support the Girl Scouts. Also wanted to let you know that we had our board meeting last night, and we approved 3 new members. So help me welcome them to our club. First of all, Trevor Wise was introduced as a guest, but he is no longer a guest. He is now a member of our club. We also have Chris Cano, who I saw is in the back. Chris Cano is a new member of the club. And then the last member, I don't believe he was able to make it today, but Hoch Shitama from Heartwood Stage is going to be joining us as well. So we are so happy to have them. Please make them feel welcome, get to know them, and make our club even stronger. With that, I'm going to turn it over to Lisa to introduce our speaker for today.
All right, well, I'm going to make this really quick because my friend Meg Dennis is going to be talking to us today. She's an amazing person. I'm going to read what she wrote, but she's going to provide us opportunities to learn how to de-stress. And all the things we do, just sitting in our seats, holistic changes in life, and taking a breath. So let me kind of read through what she's going to do for us today. It is my great pleasure to introduce Meg. She's a dear friend of mine, and she brings a wealth of experience and expertise in the real realm of holistic wellness. She made a huge transition from the corporate world and dedicated herself to yoga, Pilates, meditation, and healing. For the past 5 years, Meg has passionately been guiding individuals toward greater well-being and advocating the importance of intentional movement, mindfulness, and stress management techniques. Today, she's going to share insights on the topic that resonates deeply with all of us: how to de-stress at your desk in 6 minutes. So with the focus on intentional breathing, and spinal movement, I am excited to introduce Miss Meg Dennis today.
Hello, everyone. I'm so excited to be here. Thank you, Lisa, for inviting me to speak today. The last time I was in front of the Rotary Club was 7th grade chorus, and I sang a solo. So luckily for you, I will not be doing that today. I'll be talking to you about something that's much, much better here. So my name is Meg Dennis, and like Lisa said, I come from the corporate world. I spent about 20 years in financial services and insurance. I've worked from every place that has the gecko to the places that were good neighbors, and I climbed through sales management, training, and about 5 or 6 years ago, I decided to make a huge change for myself. I was stressed out. I was under a lot of pressure. I was deeply, deeply overweight, and I was very, very unhappy. So even in my professional world where I was very successful, my personal world was sort of a spiral down. So as I started to look for different ways to de-stress myself, what I found was something very simple. Little, tiny, simple changes that you can make in your day are what add up over time to incredible transformation, incredible self-care. Prior to this, I had never even considered anything like meditation, like movement. I didn't know how to do it. I had no teachers, and I was just kind of going through as best as I could. And that's why I'm here sharing this with you today, is because I can teach you about 6 minutes worth of movement and intentional breath that I guarantee you will make huge changes in the way that you show up in your life. I'm gonna go back to how I came up with this. So I'm working with the Florida Bar Association on a mindfulness program now. So this is where I had sort of developed this technique, and I decided to try it on my dad first. Now my dad is your all-American dude. He's a trucker, he's a big guy, and he carries a lot of stress in his shoulders, his back, his hips, his ankles. And I said, Dad, will you just try this for me? He's like, well, it won't work, but I guess I'll try it, you know? So I got my dad doing this every single day for 2 weeks, and he called me and he said, baby, I feel so good. And I was like, yes. And I figure if I can teach it to my dad and I can get him to commit to this, this is really, really useful information for all of us. So a little bit about me. Once I left the corporate world, I decided I wasn't really sure what I was going to do. I was like, well, I have a lot of interest, have a lot of things that I'm interested in. I became a meditation teacher, and I was practicing mindfulness. I was teaching meditation. I was teaching some energy work, and then I decided to go and do my yoga teacher training in February of 2020, I traveled to India to do my yoga teacher training, and I don't know if you remember what happened the month after that, but the whole world shut down, right? So I ended up actually staying 8 months in Rishikesh, just in the mountains of India, just sitting with what was, being really still, really being quiet, working into my practices. And when I came back from that trip, that's when everything really started to open up quite a bit for me. So I found as I moved to Florida and as I started doing this work that I was influencing people in a completely different way than I had in my corporate world. So what I want to talk to you mostly about today is, where do I see the PowerPoint? Oh, it's right there. All right, so 6 and 6, so de-stress at your desk. And I put this specifically here because I know most of us are working, most of us are sitting at a desk, but I guarantee you, you can do this at home while you're watching TV. You can do this in your car when you're sitting in traffic. You can do this when you're on a Zoom call. You could even do this right here as you're sitting here listening to me talk today. So this is me, and I teach, like I said, I've taught all of these different things throughout Gainesville, and I'm an accessible teacher. So I generally teach people who have injuries or who are not normally active. And the importance and benefits, first we're gonna go over intentional breathing. So we're all breathing, right? We're taking 25,000 breaths a day. How many of them do you think you notice? Maybe 10, yeah, maybe 10 in a whole day. If you're really lucky, maybe like 20 or 30, but most of us are not noticing our breath at all. And we're always talking about the breath because your breath is your constant thing. Your breath is what keeps you present in the moment. So at this moment, you're taking breaths and you're fully engaged in the moment. So a lot of the benefits of intentional breathing, it goes way beyond this list. Reducing stress, having more mental clarity, improving your sleep, enhancing self-awareness, and strengthening your physical health. One thing that we don't really talk about so much is being able to take deep breaths and how important it is for us to engage our lungs, to engage our heart space, and to fill that up. When we're really engaging with our breath, it allows us to be present, and it allows us to kind of witness the world as it is. I don't know about you, but if you're like me, when you are in kind of a spiral place or you're feeling really stressed out at work or something's not going your way, I get really anxious. I start projecting, I start thinking, oh my God, this could go wrong, this could go wrong, this could go wrong, what's gonna happen then? Or then I start thinking about things that I've done in the past that haven't worked, and I'm like, oh, I remember when I did that stupid thing 10 years ago, and oh, it's gonna be just like that. This is where your breath helps you come back to now. Because I like to say that right now is the only moment that matters. This is the moment where we're living. Things will come, things have happened, but this is the experience of life right now. This is the most important moment of your life. And so is this one. So the first thing that we're going to learn is box breath. This is one of my favorite techniques to de-stress. They teach this to the Navy SEALs to help them in times of high stress. You don't have to be a Navy SEAL to do it. You don't even have to be in a period of high stress to do this little exercise. I sometimes have to do it before I go into Trader Joe's at a busy time because I get stressed out going in the aisles there. So wherever you want to do this breathing. So we're gonna practice this, and then we're gonna practice at the end the whole 6 minutes. So everybody just relax where you are. And we're gonna take a nice big breath in and a big exhale. And we're gonna inhale for 4 seconds. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. And hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now just come back to your breath. Just something as simple as noticing the breath, taking a moment to hold it, letting it go, and then holding it again. Like I said, do 5 or 6 rounds of this before you go into the grocery store. Yes. Okay. Beautiful. I don't know where my slide went. Beautiful. So spinal movement is the next big point of my presentation. So I am a Pilates teacher and a yoga teacher. I've spent about 1,000 hours studying both. And what I've found with both of those is the importance of movement in the spine is going to be your key to your best life. Joseph Pilates said it probably best. You're only as young as your spine is flexible. So the flexibility and movement of your spine, that's what's going to keep you upright. It's going to keep you walking great. It's going to help you with your balance. And it's just going to make you feel a lot better. So it increases our flexibility, which is important. It improves our posture, which is important, especially as we're in a desk environment where we're hunched over and we're typing and we're on the phone like this and we're hunched over all the time. We're seeing a whole society of people who are hunched forward. So we really want to work on our posture. It promotes circulation. It will help you reduce stress. It'll make you feel better. And these are the little points of care for ourselves. What I listened to before I came up here were a lot of people talking about their work, which they're very passionate about. And I understand what it's like to be passionate about your work, so am I. But these are the little tips and tricks that are going to help you reinvest in yourself. And when you reinvest in yourself, you're able to go out and you're able to make a greater impact on the people around you, from your coworkers, to your bosses, to your employees, to your colleagues, to the people that you come into contact with every day. When we show up as our finest selves, it really does radiate out. So looking at our spinal movement, this is where things get kind of funny. So I'm like, people are like, yeah, I need to stretch. I'm not really sure exactly what to do. Well, the spine only moves in a few different positions. It moves in 6 different positions. We go left to right. We can twist the spine. We can open the spine, and then we can fold it forward. So those are really the only movements that you have to worry about in order to have a well-rounded spine. What we think all the time is, well, surely I do that every single day, but the likelihood that you don't is pretty likely, especially the rotation from side to side. So just giving you this little infographic just so that you can see how easy this is and how it's not very complicated. And I think it needs to be, just for it to be valuable doesn't mean it has to be complicated. So we are going to work through a little bit of a practice here in just a moment. So before we do that, I'm gonna talk to you about the movement of your spine, and we're gonna use our neck, because our neck is actually the top of our spine. We often forget about that. We think of our spine being behind us, but it works all the way up into the neck. So I want everybody to let your arms just relax down, let your shoulders relax down. Good. And we're gonna sit up nice and tall in our chair, nice tall posture. We're gonna let the shoulders roll back just a little bit. And we're gonna take a nice big breath in. And as we exhale, we're gonna look over to the right shoulder. We're rotating to the right. Take a couple of breaths here. Inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. And we're going to take one more breath here. Inhale. And exhale. Now let your chin come all the way back to the center. We're going to rotate over towards our left shoulder this time. Let your shoulders relax. Sit up tall. Big breath in. And exhale. Big breath in. Exhale. One more here. Inhale. And exhale. Now bring your chin back to the center. We're gonna look up this time. Close your eyes if the sun hurts your eyes. Just open up. Maybe you open and close your mouth a couple of times. Let your jaw have a little wiggle here. Couple of breaths. And then bring your chin back to the center. This time we're going to look down. We're going to bring our chin into our chest. And we're going to take a couple of breaths here. And then bringing your head all the way back up. We're going to take our right ear towards our right shoulder. We're just going to take a couple of circles through the neck. And in the other direction. And then bring your head all the way back. And I want you to just notice before you do anything, how did that feel? Did you have a lot of stuff going on in there? Doesn't matter how many times I do this, I got a lot of stuff happening in there. These are the tiny little implementations that you can put into your day. I'm not asking you to go and, do an advanced yoga class, dedicate yourself to meditating in a cave for 6 hours a day or anything like that. These are the little ways that we can care for ourselves. The corporate world and work in general it's stressful. We have so much going on. Our calendars are completely full, and often there's not enough time to get out and do the things that we would like to do because we're so committed to the work that we're doing. These techniques are how you can pull that into your everyday and also finding those little moments in the day to do this. So the technique that I've come up with only takes about 6 minutes. So if you have 6 minutes to a call, or you're sitting in some kind of call where somebody's droning on and on and on, and you're thinking, wow, I would like to be caring for myself instead. This is something that you can do then. As much as some of the coworkers that I've had in the past have been my absolute favorite people, and then some of them have also been my staunch enemies. So I understand the stresses that come along with dealing with a lot of different types of people. These techniques allow me to have a lot more space for people to come in however they are, because it allows me to feel really good in my body. It allows me to be really present. And if you're the kind of person who I say, hi, my name is Meg, and you say, hi, what was your name again? And because you're lost in thought, these are the techniques for you. So we are going to practice here. So don't worry, we're gonna do it in the clothes that we're in. It's gonna be a very simple, very easy, a very gentle practice. You don't need to do much of anything, except just do what feels good. Are you guys excited? This table's excited over here. All right. So as we're going through our program here, our 6 and 6, I don't know where that happened. I know what's going on though. So sit up nice and tall wherever you are. And if it feels comfortable to close your eyes, you absolutely can. I'm gonna show you where we're going first. I'm just gonna step back so that you can see. So we're going to work on our spinal movements and our breathing. We're gonna take a minute of the box breathing. I'm gonna count us all the way through it. We're gonna take 4 minutes of moving the spine in every direction, and then we're gonna take 10 big breaths for our final minute. 6 minutes. I want you to notice before we even start how you feel, before you start this little program, before you start this 6 minutes. Take notice, 1 to 10 scale, how am I feeling? And then check it afterwards and see if you don't have at least a little bit of an increase here. So our first round will be the box breath. Our second round will be, we're going to twist our spine. So you can sit up tall in your chair right where you are. You're gonna take your right hand to your left knee, and you're gonna twist over to your left shoulder. We'll take it on the other side, taking your left hand outside your knee, and we're gonna twist over the right shoulder. I'll count us through it, don't worry, you don't need to remember anything. We're gonna reach behind ourselves. We're gonna sit up tall, and we're gonna reach behind our back and grab for our wrist and squeeze the shoulders together. Good. And then we're going to tuck our chins, and we're just going to lean forward. You can bring your hands onto your knees and tuck your chin into your body. And then we're going to move our side body. So we'll come up, and if you'd like, you can reach your arms up. And we're just going to twist over to one side and then to the other. Beautiful. And then we're going to take 10 rounds of breath. That's easy enough. Everybody looked really good out there doing that. So we're going to get started here. And I'm going to time us because I don't want it to take any longer than the 6 minutes that I promised, because I promise you this really will be impactful in your life. Sit up nice and tall. And again, close your eyes if it feels good. And let's take a nice big breath in. And an exhale. And now we'll begin our inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last time. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Beautiful. Let your breath return. And now we'll take our left hand to the outside of the right knee, and we're going to twist towards our right shoulder. Big breath in. And exhale. Big breath in. And exhale. Big breath in. And exhale. To the other side. So left hand outside, or right hand outside the left knee. And inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Big breath in. And exhale. Good. Bring yourself back to your center. We're going to reach behind and grab for our wrist. And we're going to pull the shoulders back. So we're opening through the chest. Take a couple of breaths here. And it might even feel good to start to take your gaze up. It might feel good in the neck. It might not. Can you find your big breaths here? Inhale. And exhale. Just a few more rounds here. Nice and easy. Inhale. And exhale. 3 more big rounds of breath. Inhale. And exhale. Last round. Inhale. And exhale. We're going to tuck our chin down. We're going to let our arms come forward. And then I'd like you to just kind of bend forward towards your knees. You can place your hands or your forearms on your knees. Can you let your chin come all the way into your chest so your spine gets nice and long? And let's find the breath again. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Few more rounds. Big breath in. Slow breath out. And again. And let it go. 2 more breaths. Inhale. And exhale. Nice big breath. Inhale. And exhale. Let it go. Beautiful. Start to bring yourself all the way up nice and tall. And if you'd like, we can bring our arms overhead. And we're all going to just veer over to the right side. So really breathing into the side of your body. If you want to let your arms hang down, you can. You can still get that shape here. We just want to move our spine from side to side. Find your breath here. Inhale. And exhale. And then we're going to reach up and come towards our other side. Length on the side. And then drop the arms if that feels good. Couple breaths. Inhale. And exhale. 2 more breaths here. Inhale. Let it go. 1 more. Inhale. And exhale. Come all the way back. Let your arms rest down. Close your eyes for our final minute of breath. Take a nice big breath in. And exhale. Nice big breath in. Let it go. Breathe in. Let your exhale soften your body. Again, inhale. Exhale, soften. 4 remaining breaths. Inhale. And exhale. Again, inhale. And exhale. And our final breath. Inhale. And exhale. And now let your eyes blink open if they're closed. And before you move around too much, just take that little mental inventory. Notice how you're feeling after these 6 minutes of breath, of little gentle movements. I find that over time, as I continue to do these, I have a lot more space in my life. I do a lot of work with helping people with physical challenges, helping people who are going through hard times, and that can be very taxing. It can be very, very taxing. If we aren't taking care of ourselves, we cannot show up to do the work that we are meant to do. And that's why I'm creating this, to show you that it only takes a few minutes, and you can find that time multitasking, because I know you're all good multitaskers. So multitasking that, finding those 6 minutes in your day, whether it's before you go to lunch, whether it's before a meeting starts, whether it's when you're sitting at your desk with just a few minutes to breathe, these little things are going to make a huge impact in your life, in the way you feel about yourself, and especially how you show up for the other people in your lives, whether it's your clients and your colleagues and your employees, or whether it's your family and your neighbors and your Rotary group. So I just want to say thank you so much, you guys, for having me today and being such great sports about all of this. I hope that you found this incredibly helpful, and I appreciate it greatly. Thank you so much. So is mine.
I'm just curious if you find benefit to breathing through the mouth or through the nose. Is one better than the other?
So that's a really, really great question. And I'm gonna be really honest when I say yes. All the breath. I will take all of the breath. What I find is when we're breathing in through the nose and we're exhaling through the mouth, a lot of times that's gonna let us help us let go of what we're holding on to. It's help stimulating our vagus nerve. It's putting our parasympathetic parasympathetic nervous system back in control, which is also very important so that we're feeling nice and balanced and relaxed. So I prefer to breathe out when I'm doing intentional breath, but you can absolutely breathe any way that you would like. Like I said, I'll take breath any way that I can get it. But I find that big breaths out, it helps me relax, and it really helps your body know that you're going into a place of relaxation. Thank you. Anybody else have a question?
Well, I feel so good
Yay! Yay!
that I want to share it with family members. Is there something online or an app or something that we could look at and share?
Yes, absolutely. I'm posting this on my own personal webpage. I am the Meg thing, which is an easy thing to remember. And I've got cards up here if you would like to grab one as we end out to our class today. But absolutely, we will have that listed on there with a 6-minute introduction. And I have a little video that I do that walks you through this exact 6 minutes so that they can follow it. And yes, please share it with your friends. We could all use a little bit more self-care.
I'm Meg's Bill Sasewitz. I seen that you spent time in San Diego. Was that at Self-Realization Fellowship by any chance?
No, I actually moved. I moved with the Gecko Company out to San Diego in 2001, and I ended up spending 20 years out there. So I was there for quite a while. I graduated from San Diego State and USC out there. So I do love my Southern California influence. It's what taught me about all of these different modalities. But I have been back, and I'm here in Gainesville with my family now for the past 3 years.
And you do have cards that you can pass out?
Oh, you bet.
Okay.
I've got cards here, absolutely.
If you would allow me, I would just like to share that some of us have met Mickey Singer. He's been here twice. He has a temple out in Alachua, and they have free yoga there on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And there's an app, to your point, called Energization Exercise that you can find on your phone. It's called Energization Exercise, and it's about 20 minutes, and it was put out there by Paramahansa Yogananda over 100 years ago. So check it out. It's an app, Energization Exercise. It looks like a golden lotus, and it's 20 minutes, and it incorporates everything that she spoke about. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And if you have not been to the Temple of the Universe to hear Mickey do his talks, I highly, highly encourage it. Every time I'm there, I'm reminded that that I'm just kind of a ridiculous little human. And it feels really good sometimes just to be reminded how silly some of the things are that we hold on to. Hello.
Hi, I'm John Gregory. I just want to reinforce what it is that you're saying. But if you want to fall asleep, you breathe in, 4. You breathe out, 4. You then will breathe in for 7. Then you release it for 7. If you want to go to sleep, it means you go ahead and you will inhale 8, and then you will actually exhale 8. So that's the 3, 7, 8 figure that we use.
Wonderful. And I know that probably if you're like me, you've had a lot of trouble sleeping. I know we had a crazy eclipse and stuff happening in the past couple days. So I'm going to use that technique tonight because I'm going to need that rest. Thank you. Anybody else have any questions for me? Wonderful. Thank you so much, everybody.
Meg, thank you so much for being here, and in recognition of you speaking today, we will be making a donation to the Bread of the Mighty Food Bank in your name.
So much. Wonderful.
So, thank you very much. All right, we make a complete 180 next week. Our speaker for next week is Michael Solomon, who will be talking with us about tax season last requests. And tax day is actually Monday, so hopefully you don't need his help. Quote of the day: the time to relax is when you don't have time for it. And that's Sydney Harris. And then the last piece of business, our Rotary Reading Safari drawing number is 352, area code 352. With that, our meeting is adjourned.